I had turned my back on God, and I decided that I was going to do what I wanted to do and what made me feel good. I ended up realizing that I needed God back in my life, and I got on my hands and knees and I prayed each and every day for God to open a window to get out of the situation that I had allowed myself to get into. And I went and attended the very first organizational meeting of Celebrate Recovery, and God answered my prayer. Just the turnaround that God's played in my life is amazing, and to me it's a miracle.
Steve's struggles with alcohol really were extremely detrimental to our marriage.
I've struggled with alcohol for a number of years, maybe 25, 30 years.
First time Steve went to Celebrate Recovery, he went at my encouragement. We had seen it in the newsletter.
The largest part of helping me is just understanding my problem and still loving me.
Little by little, there was a change, and after a time or two, he decided to stop drinking.
I'm very thankful to my wife for standing by me all these years.
So then as he continued with Celebrate Recovery, he has maintained his sobriety, and I think we've developed a new relationship, and I think he's developed a new relationship with God.
This ministry is for anybody who has a hurt, a hang-up, or a habit.
I had been laid off from my job for 3 months, and I don't know, was just sort of searching, and I just knew that I was supposed to go. When I first started going to CR, people joked about me being the quiet person because I never would talk, never would say anything.
You know, guys like Bryan really come out of his shell and develop into a great leader and a great helpmate within Celebrate Recovery here.
This past August, James and I, McClure, had the opportunity to attend the Summit, which is an annual Celebrate Recovery conference. The last day of the conference, they were handing out packets, and I realized that I ended up getting 2 that day and didn't really think anything of it. On the way home, I had decided that I was going to read the book of Proverbs. And the lady beside me occasionally would look over and glance, and she made a comment about her dad loved to read the book of Proverbs. And that's when I realized maybe I'm supposed to talk to her. And so I reached into my backpack and pulled out my extra CR packet and gave it to her. And when she told me her name, I was just like, wow, because her name was the same first name as my wife.
I've been watching God work in our ministry, and He really has. He's brought Rocky Ray to us.
I was going through a divorce, and I needed some place to go that I could find myself again. I felt lost. I was looking on the internet for a church, and I came across High Pointe, and they had a divorce recovery, which interested me. So I came into the office, and the staff told me that they had a Celebrate Recovery ministry.
When Rocky first came to CR, I realized that he was really hurting. There was struggles going on in his life, and he just was in a lot of pain. But he kept coming, and we kept encouraging him, and he started reading his Bible, and we could slowly start seeing changes happening in his life.
They made me feel real comfortable, and I came to really enjoy the class.
He had some personal things going on in his life at the time, and he didn't know which way to turn. And he had heard about Celebrate Recovery, and he was there. And he said he needed help, and he needed Jesus in his life. He knew that.
The people I encountered here were very non-judgmental. They were here to help you get through your own personal hurt, habit, or hang-up.
When you have accountability partners, guys that you can reach out to, guys that will call you to make sure everything's going all right.
I came to the story of redemption through my Celebrate Recovery class, going and learning, and then talking to one of the group leaders there, James McClure. And he helped me with Bryan, one of the ministers here, to start the story of redemption. I wanted to go through the study because my life was in turmoil. Whatever I was doing was not working. As I was going through the study, I learned that God wants us to serve other people around us and to serve Him. And that wasn't me. I needed to change my life and become what God has wanted us to be and be one of His followers. Going through this Celebrate Recovery group and going through the story of redemption, it just said, hey, it is time for you to come and be baptized. Once He took me and put me underneath the water, all I saw was a white light, and then I came back up. My heart was empty and I was full of joy. And when I walked out, I was just a new person.
It's a great outreach because it's for everybody. And we all have hurts, hang-ups, or habits.
Because of CR, I've got the ability now and the desire to be more open and honest and to be more outgoing, to try to be more Christ-like.
without Celebrate Recovery, you know, it would be very, very difficult for me, because it is what keeps me on the path of righteousness.